I'm alive.
We are alive.
We will be back. The return. Hopefully I'm not in a lobby by myself. Sweet. Alright.
Yeah, you are.
We are so back.
There.
There we go. Alright then. Oh, now I'm in a lobby by myself. This game is so bad.
I mean, it's not that shit.
It,
Of course, it's like, you know, basic shit. That's all. Every game is shit.
yeah. Can you shoot me an invite?
I have already.
Have you?
I can send you another one.
I didn't even get it.
Another one.
There you go. I got that one. I didn't get the one before.
Yeah. Fine.
There we go. Alright. Third time's the charm. Fucking. Round 6. The OGs are back on comms.
Yeah. Finally.
3.5 month absent for me.
Yeah, and for me, what, 2, roughly? What time was it between this round 6 and pre-season? Yeah, it was that.
Yeah, about 1.5, 2 months, something like that.
Yeah.
Let's hope we don't. If I start stuttering, I swear to God. We're so back. Wildstorm, my goat. Yes, indeed. The goat of comms is back in here.
Yep. And I can be back. I don't know about next week necessarily. Because I've got this party thing. Which I normally go to every year. But the next week after that, so which will be round 8, I'll be definitely there. Unless I don't fucking know, something happens.
Yeah. I should be here for the remainder of the season. If anything comes up, and I'm not here, it's not my fault. I'm free for now. If something comes up.
Yeah.
What a shame. You'll have someone else on comms, probably Nitro again. He keeps spamming me to do comms with me. Well, not spamming me, but asking whenever he gets an opportunity.
Yeah, of course.
Anyway, round 6, Silverstone.
You want to talk about the standings, or?
You can go ahead. I'll do constructors. You want to do drivers?
I can do drivers.
Sweet.
So, the standings after round 5, which was in Belgium, we have seen that in P1 we have some sort of a surprise up the top. Clipsy, who was only in P10 after round 3, with a gap to P1 of almost 37 points to Stage. Of course, Stage is not anymore racing because he got placed in the doom of being too quick. The same with for example DC and whoever is in there.
Basement.
Yeah, in the basement. So, for example, to Paul, who was in second after round 3, the gap was about 28 points. And now, after round 4, he was in third. And then, after round 5, which after both of those 2 rounds, round 4 and round 5, he has won both of the races. He now sits in P1, 63 points, and 2 points clear of Kampa, who is in second with 61. Third is Stetch in third with 49 points, but like I said again, he's in the basement. Fourth is Kieran with 48. Paul in fifth with 45. He has had a bit of a nightmare of these 2 last races. Chimp in 6th with 44. Lucas, champion in 7th with 39. Trent in 8th, 35. 9th is Michelle with 31. And 10th is Ben Crook with 30 points. And now on to the constructors, Alex.
And as for the constructors, we've got Alpine leading the way with a slight comeback. They were third after round 4, and after round 5 they're 1 point in the lead after being 11 points back in round 4. And we've got Haas P2 on 77, and then Williams in third on 76. So 2 points separates the top 3 in the constructors going into round 6. Sauber in 4th on 62, Mercedes and Racing Bulls even on points on 61 and 5th and 6th. So it's close in that midfield again. Any one of those, well, any team at the moment can win it. Top 6 looking most likely. Alpine, Haas, because the Clipsy comeback. Haas are now in 2nd, as I said before. And then Ferrari are in 7th on 46. Aston Martin on 42. In 8th, Red Bull on 39 in 9th, and McLaren having a bit of a howler on 8 points. So it's not looking too good for them, with only
Complete
2 points
opposite
finishes.
of what they have in real life. Complete opposite. Dominating the backfield with 9 points.
Yep.
Only.
McLaren.
So, yeah.
They're not having a great season. They'll be hoping for a comeback with Constellar and Slicks at the moment. Constella's been talking quite confidently, as Slicks goes quite deep into Brooklands and Luffield. Gets a nice exit though. Stella's on an outlap as well. Pickard as well.
Yep. Need to pull out the track map because I already forgot about the corner names. Bits already. Corner numbers I do remember. Younger boy as well on an outlap, but probably Slick is the furthest one to be on a lap. Second sector 1:03.714 for the McLaren driver. And then run up to the Stove. A bit no confidence going into Stove. And then into Club, or actually Vale. And then into Club, which is the final corner. Run up to the finish line, and that's a lap of 1:27.800. Not particularly a great lap from the McLaren
here
driver.
Here comes Younger boy though, sliding through the last couple of corners. He was 7/10 up in the middle sector. What can he do up to the line? It's a 27.157. So there's the 6.5 tenths gap, and Clipsy goes 1,000th of a second quicker than Jenga. Oh, no, that's a second quicker.
Second.
Okay, so Clipsy's got some pace with a 26.1 banker. That's not slow.
Yeah. Picard next to come across the line, but he's invalidated. So the next one is going to be Chesney Riss, and after him is going to be his teammate Chimp. So both the Ferraris will be next. Chesney Riss into the chicane. Bit sliding and touching that sausage curb. And Chesney Riss coming across the line, goes third at 27.300. Then Chimp right behind is going to come across the line, and he is going to go P2, 26.762. Crook crossing the line as well, and he goes now P1, 26.037. Champion Lucas into third, 26.717. Then Williams of Michelle doing his lap after previous lap was invalidated, and he goes fifth, 26.838. So a bit of a big spread throughout the field from P1 only down to P8.
Just
almost
over
1.8 seconds.
Yeah, just over a tenth separates the top two. Then it's 6 tenths to Lucas, Champion, and Chimp. Another tenth back to. I don't even have to pronounce that. I'm not going to try. In fifth, Michelle onto a 26.8, and then another 3 tenths back as Constella goes P3 on a 26.6. Still a 4.5 tenths gap, but it's a decent banker for him. He'll be satisfied with that, I reckon. But I think Pritchard is invalidated. That's Trent in the pit. I think Pritchard, Pickard, sorry, he's coming around again. His tyres are going to be absolutely cooked, but he's going to go for another lap.
Yeah, there's Hugo. So at least we don't have 13, we have 14 drivers in. yeah, still Pickard, Trent, Kieran, and Campa still yet to do their laps. Pickard, of course, now on his whichever the flying lap it is, probably third at this point. Trent just came out of the pits, but still Kieran and Campa need to come out of the pits. But they do still have time, 11 minutes, but you know this is short quali, not full quali, so most of the times you do want to do 3 runs if you can, but of course with a 2-stopper you might want to save an extra set or 2 set of softs for the race with the 2-stopper, of course.
We got Pritchard through Mackett and Beckett's now as well. Finally, not invalidating this time. It's a 3.3 middle sector. Not the greatest, but it'll be a good banker on those 1 tyres for him. Currently 3 tenths back on what Jenga Boy did in the middle sector, so it's going to be around a 27.5 if he finishes and he comes into the pit. Diving in, following Yana Watmir's line.
Chimp. Sorry, Chimp. Both the Ferraris were on a lap. Chimp, as he was going into Chapel, he lost the rear and went onto the gravel trap. He did save it, but lap destroyed. And Chesney is on that second lap that I was talking about, just about to beat his teammate Chimp by 0.004 of a second, 26.758 for Riz. So a good lap, at least in terms of positions.
That is
for
2
Ferraris
flying
at the
laps.
moment.
2 flying laps as well on Chesney's soft tyres. So he'll be happy with improving. He knows there's a few tenths to find in that lap, as he's probably on about 8% tyre wear finding an improvement. So not too bad from him. As now we've got a few drivers out on a lap, some coming out of the pits now. As the Red Bull, I believe, of Lucas Champion. No, he's in the pit. Who am I looking at? That must be Camper. It is Camper coming through Stowe up to Vale to start his next flying lap, or his first flying lap. I think he bottled the first 2.
Trent is on a lap, second sector 10 to 644. Hopefully he doesn't bottle this one through the third sector. Through Stowe, clean, at least no invalidations. Into Vale, and then a bit of an oversteer moment through on the exit of Vale into Club, and it is third for Trent, 26.353. He definitely can improve his time if the next lap he just keeps that final corners clean, which I mean I kind of said that hopefully he doesn't bottle this, and he kind of bottled it again, like he did a certain championship or season, which was like 2 seasons ago, in a way. Clipsy as well, in the meantime, is on a lap, 39,000.
Purple in the first sector as well for Clipsy, so he's going to be looking to take back his provisional pole from Ben, which is a 26.0 is not a slow lap, and on his banker as well. And Ben looking like a real contender for pole position. Clipsy through Mackett and Beckett's now. Through onto the hanger straight, through Chapel, down to Stowe. He's 800ths up on his time. He's got an ultra 500 to find in that final sector. You'll watch Clipsy on the rest of his lap, with this final few corners. Down and now into Vale, through Club. As Camper now goes P2, he completely missed that. He's been watching Clipsy. Up to the line goes Clipsy, use the rest of his battery. It's going to be provisional pole. It's a 26.081. 500 separates them. He didn't find any improvement in that final sector, but that's a good lap again from Clipsy.
I was trying to mention Camper, but you were focusing on Clipsy, so it's fine. But their second sectors were pretty similar to 0.2.5s around that as well for Camper. So pretty much they were neck and neck through the second sector. Then Clipsy, I guess, found a bit more time through the third sector. But yeah, Ben Crook, at the moment, well, he has now invalidated his lap, as I was talking about him. But with his first lap being 26.037, at the moment he's looking very nice for a provisional pole position. Still probably wants to improve that lap to maybe get into 25s, but still, you know, if others don't improve, then you don't have to improve yourself even, but of course it would be nice to improve. Console into the pits as invalidated, almost ran into the back of Williams. That is Michelle. Anyone else on the lap?
Don't think so. I think Pickard's backed off again.
Yeah, Pickard definitely not on a lap. Slick probably is on a lap as well.
I think he is burning down now to the first sector. What can it do? It's a 27.7. Not the fastest.
He's
first
going
sector.
very wide through Brooklands and into Love Field as well. Not that bad. I don't know. I don't know personally. Kieran is on a lap, 27.369 through the first sector. Let's see what the second sector shows for him through Beggett's and Chapel's second sector. It is a 10th off from Clipsy and Kampa, so most likely he will be behind Camp and Clipsy, but not far behind them unless he's gonna absolutely run out of VRS, which he still has a bit of the usage through Club, Vale, and then Club and Kieran across the line, and he's P6, 26.404, so he lost a lot of time through that third sector. He was like only a 10th behind Clipsy through the second sector, and then as he completed his lap, then it's like 3/10, over 3/10 to Clipsy, so he's got a lot of time to find in that third sector. So yeah.
Yeah, I was on board with Kieran. He took it very conservative through Vale and Club. He went up to second, missed the apex completely. So he's got a lot of time to find on the entrance and the exit as well.
Yeah. Yeah, that is true. I mean, the second year through Vale is a bit optimistic. I mean, it depends on the traction control. If that's no TC, then yeah. No, I mean, for me that would be just like instant spin on the exit out of the corner.
100%. The second gear is there. Sometimes it's optimal through like hairpins and such, but not through that fast of a corner. Slicks is there. Completely bottled his lap as he invalidates going 80 kilometers an hour.
Yeah, no one is on a lap. Kieran is going slow. Lucas Champion is going into the pits. We are now at this part of the qualifying where it's absolutely nothing, unfortunately.
Absolutely nothing happening. Everyone waiting for the best conditions to come out at the end. As Lucas Champion comes into the pits on a 26.5. Would have found. Oh no, that's his lap at the moment. I was gonna say, I found 2/10 of improvement coming into the pit lane. But here we go. Everyone's sitting in the pits. Absolutely nothing going on.
Yeah. I mean, they will come out soon. Like, very soon.
Like 30 seconds. Someone will probably come out in a second. McLaren are getting ready. And Slick's just come back in, isn't he? Yeah.
Yeah, yes.
Someone should come out. You'd hope, because this is what people live for. This part of the qualifying session. 3 minutes left. Everyone's sitting in their boxes, having a little sleep in the car.
Yep. Now we have time to decide who's gonna do five red lights.
Oh. I mean, I don't mind. I'm not gonna be the one to be like, oh, well, I'm not gonna do it. I want to do it. Both of us have had an absence, so.
I mean,
if you're not here next week, you can do it, and I'll do it. I'll be here next week.
Yeah, we can do it like that. Alright, now we have finally drivers coming out of the pits. Clipsy, Kampa, Trent, everyone pretty much now, so then we just have to look for the fastest ones out there, or for everyone really, but trying to follow everyone who are making their laps, who is invalidated, who is not, who has completely bottled it, who has completely thrown it through cops, or I don't know, whoever is trying to recreate Max Verstappen and Lewis Hamilton from 2021. Possibly.
Someone will try it, someone will stick it up the inside, and then there'll be a report right after the race. Coming right in. Wasn't my fault, we should have left space. Never gonna work.
Yeah.
Every driver, as Camper's having a bit of a lag, going very stuttery. As every driver is also out on track. Clipsy, the first of all cars, so he'll have arguably the worst conditions out of the rest of the grid. The Alpine of Ben, he's in the middle. The other Alpino, Kieran, right at the back. He lost to start a flying lap, and it's just a one-lap shootout now. The top three separated by under a tenth, then 2/10 back to Trent. 400ths, 500ths separates Trent to Kieran. It's very close. The top three, and then 4th to 6th.
Yep. Okay, now with Clipsy, the first man out on the circuit, who is on his final flying lap through Q3. The first bit of first sector, we'll see what is he improving, is he not. He is improving by 48 thousandths, so that is a good sign. But is that... No, it is... If he keeps 48 thousandths up on his previous time, it is just about enough that he's gonna get provisional pole. But of course, you don't want to just settle for 48 thousandths. You want to go for a lot more than that. Possibly like 2/10, 3/10. Honestly, a dream would be a second, but that's never gonna happen, of course. Through Maggots, Begits, and now into Chapel. Is he improving still? Yes, he is. Almost a 10th. He is improving by a 10th through the second sector, and now through Stove. And then into Vale. Still needs to hook these three corners up, mainly two. The club is just a bit of a kink, mainly. Through here, and then club, and then crossing line. Is he gonna get it? No, he doesn't! Just 7 thousandths of a second behind Ben Crook. Trent third, 26.075, so he's as well in the mix, or he was in the mix for provisional pole position, but he doesn't get it. Yenga doesn't get it.
Ben's a
doesn't improve
as well through the second sector. 1.6
Kampa,
tenths.
1.5 tenths up on his time. He doesn't do it. He lost a tenth through the third sector.
25.976 for Ben. He gets another fastest lap in this qualifying session. Extended pole margin to Clipsy by another 500ths of a second. Did lose a lot of time in that final sector. He was 1.6 tenths up in that middle. Yeah.
Chesney Race doesn't improve. Chimp maybe does he improve? He's 2 tenths up, and he does go up to P9. There's still Kieran on his lap and Slick, but let's look at Kieran. Goes up to 5th, 26.261, and then Slick stays in P14. But it is Ben Crook in the Alpine who takes pole position here in Silverstone. A great place to do it. And his home Grand Prix as well, so even better place to do it when it's your home Grand Prix. And in a way, Alpine's home Grand Prix as well, since their team is based in Enstone. So, Clipsy P2, Kampa P3. Probably Clipsy and Kampa could have done better in the third sectors, but that's the past now. Trent P4, Kieran P5, Yengaboy P6, Konsla P7, Michelle P8, Chimp P9, Lukashenko P10. Then Riz, Hugo, Pickard, and Slick. And that is the grid for the race.
I don't think Slick did I don't think he's going to be very happy with that qualifying with a 27.6. I don't think he didn't get a good lap in Slick, so unfortunate for him. Can't see what he'd be able to do, but...
He was like 7 tenths back from the next car.
Yeah.
I think. He was pretty far.
Yeah, it's unfortunate for him not being able to see what he can do. But the whole point of qualifying is the person who can put the best lap together, and it wasn't his day today.
Most likely, he is going to be the driver that is going to be benefiting from drivers who just DNF, rage quit. And then perhaps he might get a point or two in this race. Because, I mean, honestly, the pace doesn't look promising. He's not really close to anyone, so it might just be one of those days.
Yeah, I mean, there's only 14 people. Apparently, it's a bit of an anomaly because there's been quite a few people getting into this league this season. So only having 14 is a bit strange. But he's only got to make up 3 places to get into the pits, or 4 places to get into the points. So it's not going to be too difficult for him. Let's hope he doesn't get caught up with anything lap 1. See what he can do for the rest of the Grand Prix.
Yep, and there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights with the lights out. Now, and we'll go here in the British Grand Prix. Does Ben get a good start? Yes, he does get a good enough start to keep his pole position into T1 and into T2, T3. And so far behind, not too much neither going on. Besides some position changes in the midfield, but in the top, the positions have stayed pretty much the same. There's a bit of bodywork off from some car, I think, that was a bit further back, as Lucas Champion has been relegated all the way down to P14 after starting like in the top 10, definitely. So he's been affected by a lot in this start of the race. For whatever reason, he's just had a horrible start to this race. 4 positions dropped already for the Red Bull driver. But in the top, Ben is leading this race from Clipsy and Kampa. The top 4 pretty much has stayed the same. Yes, it has. Michelle having a great start on the softs. 3 places up, overtaking Kieran, Yengaboy and Consela before the second sector even, or even probably before the first sector, before we started the second sector. Behind Yengaboy going for a move on Kieran, down his side into Stove, but Kieran is still in front. Yengaboy maybe sending it. No, he's not sending it. And so there's 4 drivers on the softs. Kampa, Trent, Michelle and Pickard, who has got himself a 3-second time penalty now already. The rest are on the mediums, so no hard tires. Consla going up the inside of Abby on the Consla, Yengaboy, and he does get him to get himself up into P7. And yeah, that's about it for the start of the race.
So it's an unfortunate start for Lucas Champion. I've caught him just going 3 wide through the loop and into Antry. But it wasn't the greatest start for him. Went 3 wide, went off the track, had to cut off the track and then through the grass to get back on. Dropped him down to 14th, but he's got past Pickard now. So we're looking to just stay in this train, hoping not to get gapped. Chesney Reese is almost outside of a second already of Jenga Boy.
Yeah, as Clipsy is somewhat close behind Ben Crook. He was within 3/10 of the Alpine, and now of course with the dirt here, the gap is a bit growing. But it's still under half a second. If he really wants to, he could overtake him into Stove. He's using ERS. He's going down inside, and he's trying to go for the lead of the Grand Prix, and he does get him through Stove. Ben couldn't go around the outside. Clipsy had it covered, and Clipsy takes the lead of the Grand Prix from Ben. But of course, it is a very long race. We only just start the lap 3 out of 26, so still a long race to go, still a long race to think about the strategy, because I remind you, this is the race, or the season that we do mandatory 2 stops since round 2. So yeah, there will be different strategies, because not everyone is a big sweat, as Ben Crook immediately takes it back on the Wellington Straight into Brooklands, but Clipsy might hang it around the outside. Yes, he does, into Lovefield up the inside, and he does get him on the switchback into Lovefield. Then into Woodkit. Ben Crook was close, but he couldn't get him, and then into Cops. Probably it's not gonna be an overtake into there. No, it isn't. So Clipsy still in the lead, but it's not so confident lead, as I think both Kampa and Trent went off the track through Cops. Ben Crook a bit struggling with the understeer. Kampa is right behind him, but of course Ben has the DRS. So Kampa is just gonna have to out ERS him into Stove, but he doesn't send him. He's very close, a bit of contact, forcing Ben off the circuit. But he doesn't overtake him, but of course Ben is not gonna be happy about that at all, that he got a bit bumped mid-corner. So yeah, Clipsy still in the lead, even though he had to fight a bit for it after the first move. He's still in the lead. And that's very good news for our championship leader. To try and keep, first of all, the at the moment two race winning streak, trying to extend it to 3 race winning streak, and as well increase the gap from himself to Kampa, which at the moment would be very nice if the race would have ended like this, since he's in P1, Kampa is in P3, so that gap extends by 10 more points, which will be very handful for the next race. Behind in the meantime, Yengaboy and Consuela are fighting for P7 still. They have lost the DRS on the top 6, so now there are two groups, or sort of 3 groups, I guess. It's the top 6, then the outside of that, and then there's Slick and Pickard in their own little group so far.
Massive understeer for Josh through the exit of Beckett's into Chapel. He just lost another 6/10, so what Constella was doing, only hanging on to 1.2, is now 2.2 because of the Jengaboy just had massive understeer. That kicks out an equal performance, really driving like it's equal realistic performance here.
I mean, I have driven Sauer in the realistic performance. Probably Josh would have already span it on like lap 2, turn 1. That thing does not have a rear. Like, I tell you, that thing does not have a rear.
Yeah.
It drives like it doesn't have a rear wing.
Yeah, it does drive like it's always on ice. There's nothing on that car. It's got front end and the rear end just doesn't exist. There's no sticking whatsoever. Yeah. But what I've just seen, he's done 2.6 now, so 2 separate trains, 6th to 1st, and then 7th to 12th at the moment. And then Slicks and Pickard are in a race of their own. They've dropped off the back of the rest of them, probably from battling, but God help them. There's now 3 Macketts and Becketts as well. Clipsy and Ben come. Who's gonna come out on top? Is it gonna be Ben? He's gonna get that DRS? Is he gonna use it to his advantage? 7.5 tenths. I don't think he's gonna be close enough again this lap. Clipsy, with the help of Dirty Airs, really keeping that gap
behind Kieran, but no, too far back. DRS still a thing for Michelle, so Michelle still keeps that P5 as we have our first pitter. That's Trent going into the pit very early on lap 5 out of 26 on the softs, as well as Yengaboy and Chesney Riz, but they're on the mediums, so that's even earlier comparing to the fact that they're on the mediums, which are pretty good tires around here in terms of how the pace is overall here. Chesney is going for the hards, Trent mediums, Yengaboy hards as well, so they are picking for the hard compound tire, whichever C compound it is around this circuit. That's interesting from our Yengaboy almost binned it on the exit out of the pits. He literally almost almost binned it. I can't talk.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
I cut to Jengaboy to see if either of 3 of them were going to cut the pit lane, and I found Jengaboy in the grass on the exit of the pit.
I mean, Yengaboy was with his two left tires on the grass, so in a way he kind of did cut the pit entry, but in a way it's like he had no control of the car whatsoever. But that's a whole nother story.
Just a driver error there on the exit of the pit, power down too quickly, and he's just lost it on the cold rears. Yeah,
as Kieran has overtaken Michelle, of course, with Trent pitting, that created the gap. Michelle pitting now, as well as Kampa are pitting, so both the soft runners, but of course Kieran overtook Michelle very easily, as though the gap of Trent not existing there, so Michelle didn't have anyone in front to take DRS from other than Ben Crook, but Ben Crook was, well, no, actually that would be Kampa actually, but that was still like almost 2 seconds in front, so Kieran had an easy overtake, as in the pits, Campa, Michelle, Consulat, Chimp, and Slick. Chimp, Slick going for the hards. Campa, Michelle, and Consulat went for the mediums, as Trent does jump Campa on the undercut. So Trent is up to P3, which is very good news for Trent, and as well somewhat good news for Clipsy, because now Campa has someone to fight for that position, and he can't. Well, I mean, to be fair, he can just DRS train with Trent, so that he doesn't lose too much time to Clipsy.
Clipsy earlier as well, talking about how he's trying to learn racing line, turning it off, trying to learn that. So, is he done it here today? That's the question. And he dives into the pits as we cut into him. Probably going to go on to another pair of mediums. Almost speeds to the pit, but gets it stopped just on the line. And Ben's going to carry on for another lap, and again carrying on.
Lucas and Hugo as well pitting. So the Alpines are one of the last ones besides Pickard to pit. Let's see what Clipsy's pitting. Another set of mediums, like you said, Alex. So yeah, just sticking with the medium, and then I mean 7 laps on the medium. Then I mean, if he's gonna do another 7 laps on the medium, then it's probably gonna be hard after that, because softs say no way they're going until that. But Clipsy rejoins just between Trent and Campa, just in that little spot as Campa sent it down inside on Clipsy into turn 4. There was a bit of contact, but nothing major happened there in terms of someone spinning or anything. Clipsy now has the DRS, the same with Campa, but Clipsy, is he gonna go for it on the cold tires? Kinda sent it. Trent leaves him the space. Clipsy tries to hang it on the inside now, around the outside of Luffield, but just can't hang around on the cold tires compared to Trent's fully, well, hot tires, or up to temp tires, I should say. But now, Clipsy just needs to hang it with Trent through Maggots, Beckett, and Chapel. Ben, in the meantime, pits. His teammate Kieran, of course, stays out. And now with the DRS of with Clipsy, is he gonna be able to do it? He doesn't have much ERS. He has almost no ERS, and because of that, Clipsy is not able to overtake Trent just yet. His ERS management is not really that great for Clipsy at the moment, as he had a very little amount of ERS. Let's see where Ben is gonna rejoin. I mean, probably somewhere around that pack, probably on the back of the pack. Yes, it is back of the pack. And since he's on the hards as well, he's gonna struggle big time on those hards, or a lot more than the top 3, virtual top 3 are doing.
Yeah, we've got Trent now leading the way on his up to temp tires. It's just a matter of time before Clipsy gets past with his pace and tire advantage. But 2 laps, maybe 1 lap, 2 laps.
2 laps.
2 laps fresher tyres, and Ben had a little moment on the exit as well onto the hard tyres. He's going to take him a while to get those hards up to temperature. It might be a right call. He's medium hard soft strategy, but we'll see if he can make it work, because he had a very big slide on the exit of the pit lane. It's now through Maggots, Beckett's now, and Chapel as Kieran comes into the pit, but we'll focus on Clipsy chasing Trent for the effective lead of this Grand Prix. DRS advantage, only 3/10 of the gap through Maggots and Becky. He's going to send it round the outside into Stowe. He's going to make it stick before the corner even gets to him, as Trent's going to have to settle for P3. Camp of watching it all happen ahead of him. Ben's just going to wait for some carnage and hopefully get past on those hard tyres in a few laps time. But Clipsy's now going to look to drive off into the distance. He's going to push his battery. 6/10 already the gap between him and Trent. Clipsy's got pace.
Yeah, he's got pace, but he just needs to do the ERS management part, as he's still only got 10% of ERS compared to Trent, who's got around 50%. So Clipsy clearly has the pace, raw pace, but he just needs to do some little tweaking on the ERS management part, which honestly at the moment would be somewhat easy to do through these 3 upcoming corners, well technically 2. Brooklands and Luffield, just put it on none, and then you'll have like 30 something-ish percent right from there. And then through Maggots and Beckett as well the same, put it into none, and then you almost have 50% right there. Might be a bit exaggerating to be honest with that. I haven't played the TF1 game for some time now, so... But still, it's somewhat easy to save the ERS. But of course, it's understandable if you have someone behind you, and especially if you don't have the DRS and the car behind you has DRS. So it is a bit hard to save that ERS. But so far, Clipsy is still keeping that lead that he inherited from lap 2. Michel as well in the back has caught up to Ben, so he's back in this game for the win, at least in the DRS zone, DRS range of Ben. So he's still in the mix. And yeah, that's our main attraction. There is as well a bit of a DRS train from Lucas Champion down to Hugo, but most of the stuff are happening in the top 5. Kampa not close enough to go for a move on Trent. Goes with the DRS that Trent has, and just has to settle for P3 at the moment.
Yeah, Kampa again a bit frustrated behind Trent at the moment. He's got better raw pace than Trent, lap per lap, but Trent's just doing all he can. He's still got 70% battery as well. So Trent's battery management is a lot better than people around him. We've got Ben on 50%, Kampa's on around 15, Clipsy's still only on 30%. Keeping it on medium through Maggots and Beckett, he only gained like 7 or 8%, so he needs to turn it off if he wants any chance of staying ahead for the rest of the Grand Prix. Trent, is he going to send it? No, it's going to be very close, but 30 is going to make the gap 5 tenths again.
Yep. Yeah, and then, well, the only thing that we can really pray for is maybe Trent overtaking Clipsy, but other than that, cars behind with the third tier, the gap increases to around half a tenth, 6 tenths, and then after that, the cars behind, for example, Kampa cannot do anything on Trent because Trent has the DRS, so unless he's just gonna absolutely throw every single ounce of his ERS as we have our third retirement slick. The driver that I was talking about, maybe he could try and get some positions off from the drivers who retire. He is actually retired, so well done a bit. But yeah, unless Kampa just absolutely uses every ounce of his ERS, there's no way that he's gonna just overtake him just like that.
Yeah, it's pure pace isn't going to work at the moment. And as for Ben as well, this is the best case scenario for him. He's on hards, he's getting dragged along by mediums. A few laps time, his tyres are going to be significantly better. He should find a bit of pace to at least get past Kampa and potentially Trent as well. Then it'll just be him and Clipsy in a duck and goose chase once again, right at the start of the Grand Prix. But on those hard tyres, his pace is the same as the mediums. So as I said before, a couple more laps, those mediums are going to wear off about 5% a lap. Hards is about 3.5%. So there's a significant advantage for him in the next coming laps.
Yeah. In the meantime as well, Kieran has been catching up to that top 5. The gap was around 2 seconds, 2.5 the last time that I checked. Now he's within the 1 second on Michel. He did actually set the fastest lap as well, as I was saying that. And he should have the DRS at least, as he was 9.5 tenths within Michel, and he does have it. So he's in the game for a potential. Well, at the moment, it's more likely for the chances are bigger for the podium, but even for the podium, it's going to be a bit hard with the DRS training, as Ben is very, very behind Kampa, only 1.5 tenths. He's looking for a gap into Cops, but he couldn't find it. I mean, of course, Cops would have been a very hard corner to overtake, and now the gap has increased to almost 4 tenths. Now it is going to increase to 4 tenths through Maggots and Beckett and Chapel. There it is. Unless he's going to absolutely use everything out of his ERS, then he's not going to get it. Although Tifai Kampa doesn't have any of ERS, but Kampa is still going to keep that P3. Then just getting a lot of understeer through Stowe. And yeah, again, just proving what we said. Just, I mean, you just need the right conditions to overtake around the circuit with the DRS training as yellows that are behind that Shim. There was a bit of fighting between Szczesny, Rys, Hugo, and Shim. We didn't really, well, I didn't look at it, but there was yellows, possibly, well, contact between Hugo and Shim, but nothing too bad as Chimp is still within the, well, half a second of Hugo even, so not too bad for him at least.
Yeah, it's going good for him at the moment. It's nothing to be wary of for him. He's just got to keep driving, doing his thing, and it will come to him in the end. Is Constello as well pitted for a hard tyre, 60 seconds off the back of the grid, looking to go right to the end. Maybe holding a couple of people up on the last couple of laps, but Kieran's found a lot of pace, as you were mentioning before. Bring back into Beckett he comes now, a lot of dirty air, but he's going to make it stick. Those mediums coming into play for him. Clipsy keeping a lead. Once again, is it going to be under threat from Trent? As Slicks leaves the session, he's given up.
Shimp, Hugo were going side by side through Maggots and almost Beckett. They're very close between each other. Hugo's gone off the circuit, and that's the fight gone between at least Chimp and Hugo. As you know, I almost thought someone binned it, but that's just Kampa going into the pits, trying to go for the undercut. That's worked for Trent, just trying to do the other way around. But it's lap 15 out of 26. It is that sort of awkward time when, well, unfortunately he's going. Oh no, wait, he started on the softs, so I totally forgot about that. So yeah, mediums, and then until the end. So that's one of the strategies.
Yeah, Ben's got his back in DRS range as well. I think he missed out on the detection point, but his 8.5 tenths. Lap started, it was about 1.1 behind, so those hards really coming into play now against the medium runners of Clipsy, Trent, and Kieran behind. So they should start gapping Kieran behind realistically in a moment.
Yeah, Kieran at the same time as well overtook Michelle. Of course, he didn't have a DRS, and Kieran has a lot better tires compared to Michelle. 3-lap tire deficit to in favor of Kieran, but Kieran does not have the DRS to his teammate, unfortunately. So he's now within that 1 second, although he did go off the circuit on the exit out of Beckett to Chapel, but still not in the DRS range when it mattered. Now, well, he's just gonna have to.
For a split second, Clipsy got Trent out of DRS, but open that 1 second window.
Clipsy, Trent going into pits. Both Clipsy and Trent going into pits.
Ben stays out once again on those hard tyres. He'll be looking to box
Michelle
around
as
lap
well
20, something like that. Michelle in as well, yeah. But Clipsy really showing why he's got a lot of pace, because he almost gapped Trent. He got him outside that 1 second window, but just after the detection point. So Trent's still got the DRS to catch back up again, unfortunately for Clipsy. But he's got
Clipsy
pace
hards.
Clipsy goes on to hards.
Yeah, I mean, at this lap, it is a bit of a hard decision. Is it softs or hards? And well, softs you probably most likely aren't gonna make till the finish line. And Kampa, who did go for the undercut, is now back in front of Trent, what he was at the start of the race.
Trent had a horrible pit stop.
Oh, did he?
It was right behind. He was right behind Clipsy, and now he's 1.2 off the back of Kampa, 1.7 off Clipsy. So he's about 7 tenths, 8 tenths slower than Clipsy in the pits. And he's on those medium tyres though, so he should catch back up realistically in a few moments. Yeah. But Clipsy looking to go right to the end. Those mediums can get to the end, but it should be about probably 60-65% by the time he gets up to the line.
Trent binned it.
Spins.
Trent binned it.
There's the bottle. That's what we all expected.
Yeah, he's not coming back.
as he has a moment coming
Yeah.
back onto the track as well. He'll probably come into the pits and retire.
I mean, he has broken front wing as well, so yeah, it is probably going to be a retirement from Trent. Trent always has the pace, but just always almost a lot of the time it's just bottles it just like that. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
younger boy as well into the pits, changing from those hard tires. Chesney risks 10-second penalty for speeding in the pits, so that's pretty much points gone for the Ferrari. Let's see if he might be in there maybe if things are going to be going right for him after this. But yeah, anyways, 10 seconds for him, unfortunately, so nothing really to write home about.
No. Say Clipsy as well. He's going to be loving life. Trent was his only threat at the moment because Ben's going to be a few seconds back when he comes finally in for his pit, and Trent's binned it. So Clipsy's going to be driving on his ones for a while after Camper comes in for his final stop. Was Camper come in already?
Camper has already done his 2 stops.
Oh, okay. So so that's the effective lead of the Grand Prix then, when everyone else comes in, because it is about a 26 to 28 second pit stop around Silverstone, the longest on the calendar.
Yeah.
And there's a about 20-second gap to Ben, so he's already 8 seconds behind as Ben to Clipsy. He should catch back up, but how quickly can he do it? Can still leave the session.
So pretty much double retirement for the McLarens. We said that Trent is gonna pit. Well, he did pit, but he didn't change his front wing.
Yeah, I don't know. He probably didn't realise it was too damaged and just kept it going.
I know
I don't know he can Stella back, but he didn't retire. He just left the session. So
yeah, that's pretty much Chimp as well. Yeah, both of the Ferraris bottled it. Both of the Ferraris getting 10-second penalties for speeding in the pits. Ferrari masterclass. That's what we love. That's what I love. Yeah. As Clipsy is getting a bit held up by Hugo. Hugo, of course, on those 10-lap old hard, so he's still got one pit stop to do. Now, of course, Clipsy is going to have the DRS, but so will Camper, and Camper's right behind his rear wing, and Clipsy, neither Camper know where to go, and there's contact between Clipsy and Hugo. Clipsy goes off the circuit. Camper overtakes Hugo on the inside, and with that, Camper is our virtual race leader in this race. Clipsy clearly did not know where to go. Hugo as well just parked the car in the middle as we were going into the corner. So I mean, parked. He picked the line to be in the middle for whatever reason. I mean, of course he can fight, but and Ben Krug gets a 10-second penalty. Dreams of winning his home Grand Prix gone, probably podium as well gone. So yeah, that's as well gone for Ben. The good result that he could have gotten after a brilliant pole position. It's not going well in the main race. And yeah. But yeah,
we've all made that mistake though. 59 kilometers an hour from 79 normally. Everyone's made that mistake into the Silverstone pit lane to get a 10-second speeding penpenalty.
Yeah,
every other
and Clipsy is right in between Ben and Ben is in between Clipsy and Camper. Clipsy did not wouldn't have the DRS on Camper because he was too far to Camper. But now that Ben got in the middle, now he has a DRS actually. So sort of in a way that's a good thing that Ben came into the middle. But I still do not know what sort of things was Clipsy imagining, trying to go around the outside of Hugo when it wasn't. It was a bit messy between Clipsy, Hugo, and Camper there, but it is now what it is. Just they need to focus the top five, the top five. Besides Kieran, who is now in the pits, just need to focus on winning the race. Well, Ben can't really win the race. He tries to go for the virtual race lead, but of course he has got that 10-second penalty. So unfortunately, I mean, he can't really get it off, can he? I mean, he went in into the pits alone, so can't really do anything about that. I don't know, maybe somehow Kieran could get involved, but I don't see it. I mean, they already overtaking him, and then he's just gonna lose so much time. Now that he's just rejoining the pits, he's like 5 seconds back from Michelle. So it's 6 laps to go. 5 seconds to Michelle. I mean, now he's in net P4, of course. But then to overtake Campa, Calypsy, and Michelle, it's just going to be very, very hard in a DRS train. Of course, you've got a lot better tires, softs, and 4 laps fresher than the cars in front, but it's just going to be very hard to do all of that in 6 laps. Yeah. Where DRS is a big thing as well.
Yeah, it'll be extremely difficult in the 6 laps to get that gap to win, but he's already broken a second. If people behind start battling and having a bit of a fight, then he's got a chance to get that 10 seconds ahead, but it's looking very unlikely. There's only 6 laps, so he's 1.2 ahead. Clipsy's not going to get past Camper on this lap, but he is on those hards, so he's going to be dragged along for a couple more laps, and Ben probably have the best tyres to the end of this Grand Prix. So he's made the right made the right strategy call, and as he has a little bit of a loose end into Vale through Club, but yeah, 1.4 seconds, 1.5 seconds. The strategy call is unbelievable. 28.2. That's 1.2 seconds faster than the fastest lap we had before. He's got so much pace, but it's just unfortunate. He's got that 10-second penalty. Needs to be about 2 seconds a lap quicker, just under 2 seconds a lap quicker to get that 10-second gap. So it is possible if they start battling, because he's got a 2-second gap already.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that really relies on Campa, Clipsy just absolutely going at it like Lewis Hamilton and Max Verstappen in 2021. Peak war fighting, honestly. He would need to pray for. Or I don't know, Campa, Clipsy, and Michelle all of a sudden get themselves in a 3-way crash somewhere. They all lose like 6 seconds, and there we go. Then that's like maybe a bit of help from Kieran, and that's the win done, even with a 10-second. But yeah, now Ben can just drive, use the fuel that's the angry fuel. Now that he's probably got a bit of that, just try and push and just try for the best. Maybe pray that the cars behind are gonna fight a bit, and yeah, just trying to salvage whatever he can from this race.
Yeah, he's not. Apart from that, he's got 2.7 now. He's only gained 7/10 this lap. It's not going to be enough to get that 10-second, as we said before. If they start battling, it just relies on Camper, Clipsy, and Michelle going at it like dogs. Otherwise, he's got no chance of with that 10-second. He might try and get it removed, but I think he sped into the pit by himself. There wasn't any help pushing him through, pushing him past the line. So he's always at risk of, if he keeps pushing as much as he is. If he goes over track limits and gets a 3 a second as well, then that is 100% wraps.
Yellows. That's Pickard probably who has caused the yellows, but that's fine. Yeah, he's got no damage as well, not that we can see, so he's fine with that. But yeah, Clipsy is somewhat close behind Campa, so we could maybe see Campa and Clipsy actually fighting into Stove. The only issue for Clipsy is that he's got still the main thing. He does not really know how to manage his ERS. I guess I don't know if it's just this game or is it in around this circuit, but he has a DRS 4 tenths, less than 4 tenths now. No ERS though, almost, and he's not gaining enough. So again, staying back, as that's Pickard again causing yellows behind. Down to 12th, actually. He got overtaken by Consuela, well, his Ghost, actually.
As you mentioned before, Clipsy and his ERS, I've had a few messages off him from last game as well, asking how to manage it better. So the last couple of games where you've had to drain a lot, unlike 23 where it was kind of easy to, not easy to save it again, but not drain it fully. This and last game, he's had a lot of trouble as Clipsy having to manage his battery. He's got the pace. He just can't. He just needs to focus on his battery management. Otherwise, it's never gonna be his day to win the championship.
I mean, save ERS managing in this game is not that hard compared to the like 23 even or 22. It's like you just put it on none through some maybe high speed corners or just before the high speed braking zone and high speed braking zone after, yeah, a big braking zone and then you regain a lot. So
Yeah.
it isn't really that hard. You just need to put it in none and that's it.
Exactly. Yeah.
You will lose a bit of speed there, but you will get that speed with the battery.
Yeah.
As now he's well, he's not anymore closer. That's just lag from Camper.
Yeah, it's all you need into one big braking zone is like a big lift and coast, and you've gained about 25% back in one corner. So
Yeah,
he just needs to focus on it. Go none through the right corners. He goes into none now. As he gains quite a lot from about 10% to just over 20 now, but he needs to stop draining it. As he turns it back on, there's no need to turn it back on there. He's not under threat from Michelle behind. He's turning it on for no reason. He's on 8%. I think he goes into hot lap on the straights as Clipsy instead of medium, and overtake is the optimal battery to use.
yeah. So pretty much proving our stuff. Although he's right behind Campa's tail, but again, will he have enough ERS? I mean, Campa doesn't really have that much ERS either, but he's got more than Clipsy, and yet again, because of the lack of ERS that Clipsy's got, just cannot close in almost any as Campa goes wide.
Oh, it's just lag.
But he doesn't, and he's back in front again. So yeah, Kieran got himself a 3-second time penalty. So any sort of chances of even trying to catch up to this group and overtaking Michelle or whoever from this group are pretty much gone. So let's see, I mean, Clipsy is closing in on Campa, but again, the dirty air through Magus and Beckett's just a bit hindering him in here, and then again, just the lack of ERS. He doesn't have any sort of ERS. It's like he's got no power, but well, he's got no power in terms of electricity because he's got almost no ERS in his tank, so he just can't do anything.
He's just keeping it around that 25-30% mark because he's probably going to drain again. There he goes. He's turned it back on again. You don't need to turn it on there. You're close enough. You're just going to get more dirty air the closer you get. And you're under no threat from Michelle behind. So he's just, instead of saving it and getting him on the last lap, he's just trying to stick close and get him when he can, which isn't the smart play here.
Oh.
Got Campus on 36% battery as well. Clipsy on, again, no battery.
Yeah, he's just used all of his 25% that he had on this straight, just trying to get him, but just can't, because he's just using it all. And Campa is always just, if he's not using, then he's just too far in front to overtake. So, I mean, he just can't really Clipsy can't really do anything at this point.
He's saving enough battery to what would have worked last game when it wasn't dirty air, but the dirty air's hindering him too much. There's 3 Mackets and Beckett's. He's close this time, but he's got no battery again. Campa's also got about the same amount of battery, so DRS could get him past, but dirty air is just going to bring the gap back up, and he won't have enough to go again on the next DRS straight. Because dirty air, as mentioned before, is just going to keep bringing the gaps back to around 5/10, and then he doesn't have enough to DRS and ERS. I think Campa's running quite low wings.
Yeah, it kind of feels like as well Campa is running a bit lower wings, as you mentioned. So we are on the final lap now, so Clipsy needs to, I mean, he can't really do anything else now, since he's not really saved any of his ERS whatsoever for this final lap or anything. He is right. Okay, that's probably lag. Yeah, that was lag again, as expected. But again, doesn't have anything. He's close, but just cannot do anything. Just cannot do anything to even get close to Campa. So Campa goes wide. Is that lag? No, really. That wasn't really lag, because he is right behind him again. It was partially lag, but still partially wasn't. But again, without that ERS, just cannot do anything. And again, just Campa probably having a bit lower wings. As we go through, we're gonna go into the hangar straight, and again, just no straight line speed whatsoever.
He's out
And
of battery
Campa
completely. He's got
Yeah.
he's got nothing in his tank. He's going to sit behind. Ben's going to take the wing on track, potentially if he can get the penalty removed. So Ben Crook comes up to the line. He's going to win the Silverstone Grand Prix, but Camper is going to win after penalties, after a great battle with Clipsy. Camper up to the line, wins the Silverstone Grand Prix. Clipsy takes it on the line. Oh no, Camper, sorry, I've completely forgot Ben had a penalty. Camper wins, Clipsy 1.5 tenths behind. Comes in second. Michelle, a great podium. Ben still finishes P4 ahead of his teammate Kieran in P5.
Lucas champion in P6, Youngest boy in P7. Then the two Ferrari boys, very, very close between each other, but because both of them have 10-second penalties, Hugo is going to actually take P8 from Chimp and Chesney. So Ferrari's P9, P10. Pickard is going to be, well, not our final driver who's going to finish the race, because there's still Trent running, but Pickard P11. Consola with Ghost in P12. And then Trent's still running in the race. Has he even gotten the fastest lap?
I'm pretty sure Ben has it on a 28.2.
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
got
he
no
still
front
has
wing.
it.
Yeah, he didn't change his front wing.
No, he did.
Oh, he did. I didn't even see that.
Yeah, he did. Yeah,
That
yeah, he
explains
did.
31. So yeah, he's just slow. Okay. Well, Trent up to the line, 13th and last for the man who spun. He was in the lead fight, and he's on the classic Trent like Abu Dhabi last season, and he's completely bottled it in the lead fight.
Yeah. Well done for Campon winning the race. Clipsy P2 and Michelle getting a P3. But with those results, Campa, can I get my fucking password right, please? Thank you. So with that win, I can even if Ben is gonna get his penalty somehow removed or not, Campa is gonna move back into the championship lead, since Clipsy finished behind him. If they're gonna stay like this, Campa P1, Clipsy P2, then the gap is going to be in favor of Campa, 5 points in front of Clipsy. If they're going to move a position down, then it's going to be 1 point in favor of Campa, but either way, in front of Clipsy. And that's about it into the championship. I'm not going to do quick maths in here.
No, it's about 88 points for Camper, and then 86 points for Camper.
Yeah, 86.
But he's had a great race, and you gotta give it to Michelle as well from 8th to 3rd. It's been a great drive. Unfortunately, he's just sat behind the two at the front. He couldn't get past. But
yeah,
congratulations to Camper.
Yeah, good recovery as well from Lucas coming back. He started 10th, dropped down to 14th, and then finished 6th by the end of the race as well. So good race for him as well.
Yeah,
with the comeback
on the first lap, going off the track and cutting it, being dead last. He's not going to be. He won't be thrilled what happened on the first lap. But I'm sure he'll be happy with the recovery that he made, still getting points. That's why you don't DNF in those situations, especially on the first lap.
Yeah.
But that's been Silverstone. That's been round 6 of House of Racing. We'll be back next week about 8:30 again, if everyone gets into the lobby on time.
At Mexico.
At Mexico, yeah, for round 7. If anyone wants to watch Tier 2, we'll be live at 6:30. But thank you everyone for tuning in, and we'll see you next week.
Yep. Ciao.